Hey guys, Ken Boyd with the Accounting Accidentally website, where you'll find over 400 blog posts and links to over 350 of my YouTube videos. This video relates to an NPR story that I found was really interesting. What's behind the shortage of refrigerators and other major appliances? And if you scroll through the story and you can hit the link above, what you're going to find is that, as is mentioned in this section, we are in the middle of a historic recession, and so it was logical for companies to worry that shoppers would stop spending, that they would pull back and not shop. But the problem is that because everybody hunkered down and was at home, there was a run on a lot of appliances, including freezers. And so literally stores were running out of appliances during the beginning of the pandemic. So now I'd like you to think about that concept and think about a business that's trying to plan at the beginning of the year and then compare budget and standard items to actual costs and the havoc that can occur when you have such a big change in the economy like the pandemic. So this relates to variance analysis. And so this is a tab on a spreadsheet that talks about a material variance. So the example I'm using is Levi's makes blue jeans, and they have planned data for the year. And in other words, right here in the middle, you'll see direct material. They buy denim to make blue jeans, and they need 2 square yards per pair of pants. They're going to pay $2.50 per square yard. That's the plan or the budget. And so they have standard output per unit is $5 for a pair of pants. The actual data comes in, and they actually used more than they thought, 2.7 versus 2. However, they spent less than they thought, 230 versus 250. So if you multiply across, the actual cost per unit is $6.21 as opposed to $5. And because of the pandemic, we are seeing companies have massive changes, massive variances between actual data and what they planned before the pandemic started. So there are 2 kinds of variances with material. We have a price variance, which is the actual price, the $230 we paid, versus the standard or what we planned on, $250. And if we multiply that times the actual quantity of square yards we use to make a pair of pants, and we multiply all the way across the difference in the prices times what we used, we have a variance of 54 cents. And we say that's a favorable variance because actual was less than standard. Favorable, we paid less. We can also have an efficiency variance. And the key with variance is, generally speaking, only 1 of 2 things happen. We pay more or less than we thought, or we use more or less than we thought. Paid is price variance. Use more or less, is efficiency variance. So efficiency, the actual quantity, the 2.7, times the standard quantity, what we thought we would use, 2, and we multiply that times the standard price, the price we expected to pay, $250, and we multiply across, and we get what we call an efficiency variance, which happens to be 1.75. It's unfavorable. We used more than we thought. The chart that I have below to wrap up here is a great way to look at variances. We have actual quantity on the left. We have budgeted information on the right. And then we have what we call the flexible in the middle here, where we have actual quantity times budgeted price. I'm not going to go through the numbers, but I do want to explain that. We have material price variance, which is different from this calculation because now we're talking about the volume that we produced. And we have efficiency. So the 2 variances are price variance, we paid more or less. Efficiency variance, we used more or less. And we add those together, we combine them into a direct material variance, which in this case is unfavorable. So that is an overview of a material variance, and lots of companies are seeing material variances because of the pandemic. And if I flip back to here, you'll see in the middle of the home page is 21 spreadsheets that explain cost, financial, and intermediate accounting. It's a free download. And if you click here, or if you click over here on the home page, you will get to the web page, tools to study for a class or to pass the exam. You can get these 21 spreadsheets. Here's an example of what it looks like with the YouTube video for each spreadsheet. And all you need to do is email me. I'll send you a link from Hightail, which is my cloud backup. You can download the spreadsheets either all at once or over time. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.